Hi, everyone. Welcome to Ask a Bitcoiner 21 Questions. I'm your host, Saida Gomez. This is a seed word update video because for the first time since we started the podcast, a wallet has been left with sats sitting in it for about 12 days now. This is by far an Ask a Bitcoiner 21 Questions record. If you're new here, be sure to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell because when we drop new episodes, there's always a wallet included. In episodes where we feature or where we challenge guests to answer 21 questions in 10 minutes, you can win 2,100 sats if you're the first to spot and scan the Cashew E Cash token. And of course, in our full interviews, there is a 12-word seed phrase scattered throughout. And if you're the first to find all 12 words, 21,000 sats are yours. And I always say good luck. And as it stands, luck is required because no one has found the seed phrase from the interview I did with Anuja from Travel with Bitcoin almost 2 weeks ago. Absolutely incredible. So in this update video, I've read the comments, and actually I love the fact that some of you are starting to ask questions to each other, and you're going back and forth trying to figure out what the seed words are. So I'm not going to spoil the fun at all, but I will give two more clues for seed words number 6 and 8 to help you find the full seed phrase and, of course, sweep the wallet so that you can control the 21,000 sats. But I'm not going to give away the entire seed phrase because that would spoil the fun. I actually just started reading Ready Player One. I know it's been forever. It's been on my reading list for some time. I finally got to it, and I actually yes, my inner geek or whatever is emerging because I'm loving the story so far. I'm like 45% into the book. I'm totally escaped in the fantasy world of it all. And I didn't realize that there are some parallels between Ready Player One and this podcast. So I'm not going to spoil the fun. Gunters go out there and hunt for the seed phrase. Mind you, it is not the Bitcoin equivalent of billions of dollars in the real world. It's only 21,000 sats. But maybe as this channel grows, and maybe, if we get more cool guests on the podcast, we're never going to hit billions. Let's be real. But, the sat bounty can increase and it'll be even more fun to play. And just be sure to share these videos with your friends or your acquaintances if they are new to Bitcoin, they're unfamiliar with self-custody, or if they just like a nice internet treasure hunt. And actually, I saw Professor Jiang, I think I follow him, talk about, he hasn't seen the Bitcoin servers and therefore Bitcoin, is a CIA project or whatever. I didn't see the full interview. I just saw edits. But share this with people who think that the CIA has all of Bitcoin's servers, because they will soon realize as they fall down the rabbit hole that they too, any individual anywhere on the planet with some energy and an internet connection, can also store a Bitcoin server by running a simple node. But I digress. So the other thing too is that, we've had a few more subscribers. Thank you for subscribing. And I realize that not everyone understands what some of the basics, basically, of a Bitcoin wallet, what a seed word is, what a seed phrase is, what a private key is. And so I thought I would do a quick overview on how to recover a wallet using a 12-word seed phrase so that if you're new, you don't have to feel intimidated. We're funding these wallets with sats, so there's nothing that's coming out of your pocket that you could risk losing. The only thing you can risk is maybe a bit of frustration because you can't figure out one of the clues. But in all, this is, I think, a pretty fun and risk-free way for you to practice using Bitcoin in self-custody. And that is the goal of all of this. So I will go through a few wallet basics to help you play along with the show. And then after that, I will reveal two clues one for seed word number 6 and the other for seed word number 8. Okay, so what is a seed phrase and what are these seed words? So basically, a seed phrase is a mnemonic phrase or a set of words that are pretty easy to remember. If you or anyone you know has gone to a Bitcoin ATM, for example, you would receive a paper wallet, and the private key is often represented, it's concealed, and it's often represented by a QR code or a string of letters and numbers. For this podcast game, I use a not a paper wallet, a card wallet. And what I see is a QR code that represents the private key, and of course, the long string of letters, numbers that also represents the private key. If anyone were to see the QR code or the long string of letters and numbers, they could easily sweep that wallet into a wallet that they control and take all of the Satoshis, which are small units of Bitcoin, on the wallet. So it's always important to protect your private key, because if you don't take other measures like adding a passphrase or maybe using multisig or other, I guess, more advanced features, anyone can take your Bitcoin. So it's always good to start small, to learn the basics about self-custody before you expand and put your whole life savings into Bitcoin. So a seed phrase is a mnemonic. Seed phrases can be comprised of 12 words, 12 seed words, or 24 seed words. Some wallets offer other variations, but the most common is either 12 or 24 words. For this podcast, we use 12 words because it's, I suppose, easiest. 24 words may be a bit tedious. And again, we're going for 21,000 sats. It's not, a great fortune behind this. So 12 words, I think, is the easiest way to, it's the easiest puzzle to uncover. The seed words, they're not just any random words in the English language. I think there's a list of seed words in French, Japanese, and a few other languages as well. There are 2,048 words in the full list of seed words. This list is often referred to as BIP 39. A BIP is a Bitcoin Improvement Proposal. And this really simplifies things because with this list of words, with all of the combinations possible, it's very difficult to find one specific seed word. I mean, you could just guess. But as we see from, this exercise itself, I've given clues to 12 specific seed words, and even then, it's still challenging to figure out what the private key is or what the seed phrase is. And so there is a list of 2,048 seed words called BIP 39. And if you go to this list, you will see all of the seed words. So I think that I've given a decent overview. If I remember something later on or while I'm editing this, I will put it somewhere on the screen in the comments. And so you have, and I'll also include a link to the BIP 39 list so that if you're new, you can go and look at the seed words, and you're not going to memorize them, obviously, but just, get a sense of what some of these words are so that when you watch future episodes or when you go back to view the wallet linked to Anuja's episode on travel with Bitcoin, it may help you in uncovering the entire seed phrase. But I am going to show you very quickly how to recover a wallet using seed words. And for this exercise, I'm actually going to go into a wallet that's already been used. This one was with the full interview with Uncle Rockstar Dev. That was from a few months ago, and I'm using it because he was an awesome, firstly, he's so knowledgeable. He works with BTC Pay Server. He is very positive. His story is unbelievable. He went from war to contributing to BTC Pay Server and having a record number of commits on GitHub definitely go and check out that interview, and you can look at the clues as well when I revealed the seed words here, so you can understand how the game works. But the other great thing about Uncle Rockstar Dev is that he actually doubled the bounty. So in that episode, there were 42,000 sats in the wallet as opposed to the regular 21,000 sats that you've seen. But for demonstration purposes, I'm going to use the seed phrase from his interview. And here I'm using BlueWallet. So I am not, this is not a paid sponsorship. BlueWallet doesn't even know that I've chosen to use their wallet to recover a seed phrase. So just know that when you choose to download a wallet, oh, that's the other thing. For small amounts, a hot wallet is fine because if you lose the sats, you're annoyed, but it's not really a big deal. When we're talking about significant amounts of Bitcoin, you need to look into cold storage options, preferably air-gapped options, so you never actually have to, your device never actually has to touch the internet, and you minimize risk even more. That's a topic for another episode. But again, for the purpose of this podcast, we're just going to use a hot wallet, so a phone wallet, and I'll show you how to recover a seed phrase. So I've downloaded BlueWallet. So import, let me get the seed words. So Uncle Rockstar Dev, number 1 is huge. 2 is client. 3 is goat. 4, manage, and everything is lowercase. 5 is injury. I've never used BlueWallet before. In other wallet devices, when you recover it, it's actually numbered and it autofills, but this one doesn't. 6 is express. 7 is spend. 8 is shiver. 9 is label. 10 is oval. 11 scissors. And 12 is unaware. So let me just verify that. Huge, client, goat, manage, injury, express, spend, shiver, label, oval, scissors, unaware. Okay, here we go. So we're done, and we'll do import. So it says BIP39, pay to public key hash, P2PK, and at the bottom it says use custom, okay. So we're just waiting for it to circle, 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 and we'll see how long it takes to recover. I don't usually use BlueWallet. Choose a discovered wallet. Okay, here we go. And it says your wallet has been successfully imported. Okay. Oh, there we go. And boom. So it shows the history of this wallet that on September 28th, this wallet received just over 21,000 sats. On September 30th, it received just over 21,000 sats. That was Uncle Rockstar's generous donation to this. And then on October the 2nd, the 42,000 sats were swept. The history is right here. I don't know if you can see that. Hopefully you can. And so that's really cool. So that is a very basic way to recover a Bitcoin wallet. And again, I'll say there's no passphrase added to this. There's no multi-sig setup. This is very, very basic, rudimentary. This is what you need in order to play along with our seed phrase game, our treasure hunt on Ask a Bitcoiner 21 questions. If you sat through this tutorial, thank you. When I'm editing, I will see, but if you went through this and you were able to recover the wallet along with me, there may be something in it for you, for the first person who sees and who sweeps the sats that I'll include. I'm feeling generous, and I really want to encourage people who are new to Bitcoin to just learn the basics about holding Bitcoin in self-custody, and I hope that this will help. Okay, so that's out of the way. Moving on to what I think most of you want to see are the clues for seed words number 6 and 8. If you just sat through that little tutorial, I gave you a clue for seed word number 6. He was a guest who was on the podcast back in September, who so generously doubled the bounty. I said his name. Clue seed word number 6 is in his name. You're welcome. And lastly, seed word number 8. So I chose number 8 because I saw in the YouTube comments, someone asked if seed word number 1 and 8 are the same. They're not the same. I will give you another clue for seed word number 8. And in all fairness, to get this, you would have to be familiar with the BIP 39 list and also not just hip hop, but hip hop history. I personally love old school hip hop, and when I saw the word come up, I thought like straight away of this rapper. I will say for the clue, you saw it in, I think, one of my update videos. You saw an image of him, and I think it says number 8. I'll put it up on the screen somewhere. I will say that the next clue is the seed word number 8 is a moniker he uses, he has always used. And I will include one song, like the title of a song and some lyrics for you to look at, cross-reference that with the BIP 39 list, and you will have seed word number 8. There you go. And just a reminder that last week, Heather Larson, host of Radio Detox, and also, an amazing just person within the Bitcoin ecosystem. She collaborates with so many projects on Nostr, like Bitcoin and Nostr projects. She hosts Radio Detox. She's a yoga teacher, a Reiki master. And if you feel at all uncertain or anxious with the way things are playing out right now globally with respect to, you may not be directly affected by the war or by the closure or opening or closure of the Strait of Hormuz, but you might be feeling it when you go to fill up your car with gas, when you go to the grocery store, when you might want to travel this summer to visit friends and family, but airline tickets are charging like a fuel surcharge or whatever. Heather's got you covered. She is definitely someone to listen to, someone to follow. Like, as I speak about her, I'm reminded that I need to breathe again and unclench my butt cheeks. If you don't know what I'm talking about, listen to Heather, check her out as she answers 21 questions. Yeah, so definitely check out that interview. And of course, there is a seed word hidden in that interview as well. And this coming Wednesday, which will be, what will be the date this coming Wednesday? I think it's like the 23rd or something, or the 24th. Heather's full-length interview will be released where we talk about tactics and strategies we can use to manage these uncertain times, to manage, sky-high prices for everything. Hint, it involves Bitcoin and yoga. And of course, the remaining seed words will be revealed in that interview. And if you are the first to find the seed words and sweep the wallet, hopefully you won't get RBF'd. The 21,000 sats will be yours. And with that, I hope that you have an excellent week, a blessed week with friends and family, and hopefully there's sunshine where you are. And I will see you in the next update video. Bye.